Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny Fruit Markets Apps Insight. Today we need to call this here the My Order List API. Need to calls and to fill these details here. First of all, so need to make here the globe files inside. We need to give this here the API names. We need to copy any ones, paste this here, and we need to set this here the app slash my order list, and we need to set here the name my order list. Like, so need to give this here the API name, so need to puts and we need to save here. We need to go inside here the my order screens. We need to go inside the my account tab screens, and we need to find out here the screen names, my account here, and we need to get here the my order screens, and we need to make this here the API calls slash to do, and we need to write down here to do inside API calls, API calling. Now need to write down here the void API list, like here, so need to set here the name. Now first ones we need to give this here the show here the HUD. We need to use this here the globe dot show HUD, like here, and we need to call this here the service calls dots post methods, and we need to pass this here the blank parameters because we need to no needs any past here parameters. Now need to use this here the sv key, and we need to write down here the my order list, and we need to is tokens API. We need to set here the true. Then after the with success block, we need to write down here with success. Pass this here the response object. Since methods, we need to use these brackets like here. Then after spell blocks, barrier blocks, we need to put here. So need to get if any gets any errors for the API calls. Then we need to get this here the response, like here we need to call here. After we need to getting any response here success, and else we need to close this here the HUD plus ones. Need to write down here the hide HUD like here, and both place globe dots dot hide HUD, and we need to if here the fail show alerts, we need to give this here the globe dots app dot name app name, and we need to pass this here the message is equal to error to strings. Need to print here, and on press events we need to set here the blank, like we need to semicolons we need to call here. After we need to getting any response, we need to get check here the request object dot status e dot status equal to double quotes inside the ones means here the success. If here get this here the fail, then to show this here the error message, need to call here to response object, and we need to need this here the e dot message and to string convert if here getting here the fails. Now after we need to getting all data, you need to get this here the order list. Now need to clean here's all things like here, and we need to set this here the ordered list is equal to need to calling this here this API data inside. We need to get this here the response inside the payload e dot payloads, as we need to get this here the map, not map list optionals if not list object, and then to set this here the optionally blank array. Now if mounted, and we need to set this here the set states, need to call here. Now this is are the writing here the API definitions. Inside we need to call this here the service called post methods x URL encode form, we need to use here, and we need to init with here, so we need to call this here the init states, need to calling here the API here like here, and we need to save this here. Now click backs and to opening here, and we need to getting this here the response. Need to get like this here the response, and to stop this here because we need to mismatch here the key names related to this sets here the row. That's why I need to making like this here the issue. Now need to open this here the definitions and to fix this here the issue. First, also need to set this here the image. We need to go inside any items. We need to showing here. Need to find out anyone cells. We need to go here the first of all the home, and we need to find out here the fruit cells and to use this here the network image. Now need to copy, close this here, and we need to go against here the my order row, and we need to replace with this here this key like here like this sets. Remove here, so need to cut these conditions and replace with here and remove here. Now need to pass here the image, and we need to check this here the image. We need to not get this here the full parts. We need to first of all the fix this issue the inside the API, and also need to making here managing this here the ratings for related to this orders. We need to find out here. We need to first of all the set here the all things given this ratings. We need to forget here. We need to add here the left join left left join, and we need to use this here review detail tables. We need to put here, and we need to give this here the alias rd on methods, and we need to call this here the iid, not iid. We need to manage this here the item order id underscore. Need to call here for odi equal to rd dot, so need to item order id need to place here, and we need to set here the plus sign managing this like here, and we need to set here the one more things. We need to given this here the rating rd dot, need to set here the ratings rates. We need to set here the rate decimal value rate, and if null, then we need to set here the bytecode 0, as we need to set here the rating like so. Need to set here, and then afterwards I need to set this here the all things. We need to put here. Now we need to set here the image. Now we need to go inside here the homes, and we need to find out anyone's image case conditions. We need to copy with these else parts was image like here, and we need to apply here for the image. We need to find out here the image like here, paste this here. Now need to set here key name, change here, and remove here. Now API updates are the done here, and we need to start Node.js. Now this is the apply. Now we need to one by ones all informations we need to set here. Now set here the image complete path we need to given this here. Then after we need to set this here the item name, the names we need to set here and to show here. Then after we need to set here the ratings, set here the rating key and pass through doubles, and after rate this So need to given this here the status, need to write down here the one functions string status text like here, and need to pass here the status string, all these function here. Now we need to checking here the status. First of all, we need to check here the status as a database. Need to managing this here the all things related to this product specifics. We need to changing this here the status related to items, and maybe click back ordered status. Here managing like the status. Now need to structures, and we need to give this here the using all these thing. Copy, and we need to paste here. Switch case. Comment this code. Control Z. Write down here the switch statement, and we need to pass this here the object. Need to set here one more things object, and this here the key dot status to string, and we need to set this here's gets, and we need to write down here the return like here. And last one here. Now need to copy and to paste this here the apply over status here. Set here the new orders, set here the 0, keep here 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 7. Need to write down here the status rejected, and we have to write down here order cancel, then after order deliver like here. And if here the gets here the status 3 out of delivery, if here status 2 means here waiting for delivery, waiting for delivery means here order processing, order shipped. Maybe type here's shipped order processing, and new order place. Place like this, managing this here the status, and we need to put this here the all things we need to set here and apply here. Now we need to restart, and one time Node.js servers also need to restart here. Now need to go inside here my accounts, my orders, and you need to show like this data here. So need to put here and showing like this here. And tomorrow need to see this here the my order detail screen. So need to develop here, and you need to integrate this here the with the API. You need to first of all making here the item details API need to develop, and then after you need to if here the time are available, then need to call this inside the app sites and making this here the my order details items. You need to make here the screens. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.